realize that like there's a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah, it's really weird, like right in the middle, and then you got the high ground position on the potential fourth base of each player, and you got a weird choke point. And then even on the mini map, you can see there's that big, what's that, lens flare. I always
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
the sparkles all day. So here we go as we do spawn here onto Dusk Towers, and this guy trying to bring it back. He's down by 1 game, representing Team Ascension Pro. It is the Red Protoss Creature.
And his opponent in the bottom left, representing Carnage Esports, it is the Blue Zerg player, up 1-0. Put your hands together for Namshar. I always want to imagine there's one guy out there who's in front of his screen. It's like, yeah, Namshar!
It's me. I just mute my mic, you know. I'm like, let's go. I love Namshar though, you know. He's definitely one of those players that I've been doing a lot of the online tournaments. He played in the Home Story Cup qualifier earlier today, and he's also done a bit of casting. Not only on, I think, Base Trade TV is where I mainly see him, but previous Home Story Cups as well. So definitely somebody that is, you know, made an attempt to kind of put his face out there as well as his play. So gotta give it up for him for sure. Not just because he's a Zerg player at all, you know.
Not just because he's kind of my own race.
Yeah, them humans, man.
Oh yeah, no one likes the Terrans, but for now, both players kind of opening up at least what they did last game. Big deviation, at least Namshar, instead of taking his pocket, will take that third to kind of secure his natural pocket a little bit later. But just to think about it, Orbital Shipyard also has these pocket bases, so it may kind of play out the same way. We may see another aggressive push from Creature into the third of Namshar, but Namshar actually is going to go for a quick 3 hatch and just like save that for a 4th, I guess. Not even worry about it.
Yeah, we've seen players do this ever since who was it? There were some players that would do it all the time on Vani Research Station, and almost sometimes forget that they even had the base there when it comes down to the late game. And it's like, oh, you know what? I got a base right there. And one of the safest bases to take is one that's inside of your own base whenever these other ones mine out, which is pretty interesting because of Legacy of the Void, the base is mining out so much faster. I think that's something cool to note.
Seeing this 4th base position from Namshar in the play that Creature did last game, I'm actually really worried. Technically, it's 3rd base position of Namshar, but you do have that high ground right behind it, and potentially with Blink Stalkers, they can do a lot of damage into that. I'd love to see Creature try to do what he did last game, but get a Forge a little bit earlier on, maybe get +1, because there is that high ground and choke point at the 3rd base of Namshar. I'm wondering if maybe he's being a little bit too gutsy here, saying, you know what, I just kind of steamrolled you last game. I'm going to go quick 3rd. I don't think you can punish it. Well, I feel like if Protoss does it right, this is one of the few maps where if you're taking a 4th as your 3rd, you got to be super wary about them all-ins.
Indeed, right? And we saw that Creature is no stranger to that kind of play, right? He could just hit you without you really being ready for it. But luckily for Namshar, he was ready for it last time. So we'll see how it does go this game. It was a little bit of an interesting build, deciding to go for the Adept attack upgrade, and then not really making many Adepts.
Yeah. You normally see like a Blink Stalker push or a massive Adept Immortal Warp Prism push, and then that's one upgrade. You hardly ever see them blended. I have actually seen them blended a few times with Adept Stalker or going Mass Blink Stalker and then Warp Prism drops with Adepts, but maybe we'll see that for now. 2 Adept Opener again from Creature, and maybe last game it wasn't him scouting the 3rd, it was just, I'm going to do an Adept Opener.
Maybe so, right? I mean, he likes to have them, it seems like. Last time he got him caught by those Lings, though, so he better be careful.
Oh, this Ling Flood may
Lings...
be able to get it again. Metabolic Boost is only a couple seconds away, and there it is. Not quite a full surround, though. These Adepts do have some
Can they get away?
Their back. I don't think it.
Ooh. History repeats itself, DrennoC, but not in the best way today here for Creature. Because he's trying to take a 3rd again, but Namshar might kind of realize that and say, hey, you know what? I could just flood a bunch of Lings
not 2. There's lots of Photon Overcharge capabilities at this base.
Yeah.
There
Anybody has one done. Even cancels
it.
Yep. Says he will not kill my pylons today. But Namshar, does he do the same thing? What do you think, right? Like, go for the Roach Ravager. It seemed to work out for him last time. And, Creature?
He's adding on Lair, Evo Chamber, and Roach Warren. I wouldn't put it past him. That's what he did. He even got Burrow last game. Didn't even need it.
Nope.
We'll see. Potentially, I feel like it's more on Creature's side of the field, though. Does he go for that Stalker push again? Because we are seeing about the same Robo time, but you do have that big deviation. Yes, he's getting Blink, but he could start pushing out Immortals, could start pushing out a Warp Prism. I feel like it's more up for Creature to do something slightly different to defend this. We'll have to see, though. And
Yeah,
one
well,
random thing is... Oh, sorry, this is kind of random, but when he said all the pylons going down as Creature, whenever I play Toss, I'm never, like... After, on the score screen afterwards, I'm like, oh, awesome! I have 0 supply block time because I'm like throwing down pylons everywhere.
Yeah.
It's the best feeling ever. It's like, yeah, 0 average supply block. Yeah.
I love it though, yeah. That feeling when you don't get supply blocked, right? It's like, great.
Like, he's at 69 out of 101 right now.
Yeah. I mean, he is going to be warping in a lot, but it is mainly for that defense, as you said, right? Like, if Namshar were to get aggressive, then he would be more than prepared with the Mothership Core, but Creature was the one that got aggressive last game, so he could actually chill out a bit more if he wanted to, but once again, he's not getting the upgrades. He's doing the same build, maybe hoping that if at first you don't succeed, you know, just try again if he does get it, but I feel like it's going to be a little bit difficult here because this didn't really work out at all last time. Like, it wasn't even close.
In Heart of the Swarm, we often saw Korean players get Blink as a utility, and now that I look at this, maybe we're just seeing Resonating Glaives go down just because he's saying, okay, later on into the mid-game, into the mid to late game, I will need this to make my Gateway army actually plausible against the Zerg, because it's just a waste of gas and minerals at this point right now, but you know, we'll see Creature pushing it again, this time though with a much smaller force, and this is the high ground I'm talking about. I'd love to see an Observer right here just so they can blink up and down, but it's actually go for the rocks, and these Stalkers are going to be able to just hail down on this 4th base, or 3rd base position, technically 4th base now.
That's actually really cool. The rock there, so when they do come, actually Namshar's like, you know what?
Roach is like, yeah, screw it.
Yeah, and then he's going to break it down himself. But, I mean, Creature's gonna get trapped here if he's not careful. Gonna need to bring the Mothership Core to recall him back, or just blink them out a little bit earlier. Because, I mean, I feel this is a great idea, but he's trapped, man. Like, where are those Blink Stalkers gonna go?
Well, he can blink up. I mean, there's just endless micro capability. Blinks up, blinks down, blinks up, blinks down.
Yeah, but when Namshar comes from both sides,